Hi there! You're joined today here by the man named Aerogonis. I'm going to be showing you a video by my friend Communist. He's playing Kayle in the jungle. So I've played a couple games now with Communist where he's played as Kayle in the jungle, and he does quite well. So here's going to be a little bit of a gameplay view of what's it like doing ganks, supporting the team, and well, overall I think he just does an excellent job. And he clears the jungle quite fast with this character as well. It's something I'm always quite impressed with. You know, he's able to keep up the DPS within the team. He doesn't end up being this backlane character that, you know, is just putting out heals and trying to keep the team together. He really does his part in putting out the DPS that everyone needs when we're in those team battles, and even then some. So I'm going to speed it up here a little bit. We're going to get the jungle underway. So we're going to jump it up to the 140 mark. And we're going to keep it on ×3 here while he does the creep farm. So he's running cloth armor and 5 phoenix buns. So let's slow this down a bit here, and while he's doing that jungle, you're going to see we have Teemo and Sirach on the bottom versus Volibear and Graves rather. Mid, you're going to have LeBlanc versus Fiddlesticks, Fiddle in the middle as we all know it. And then we have Scion at top versus Singe. And of course Singe is always a pain in the ass to play against in that mid lane or top lane. He can pretty much go anywhere he pleases. That's a Mundo quote, but you know how it is. So back to Kayle in the jungle here. He's still doing quite strong. He's down to about 2 health pots left, and he's level 3. Let's speed it up here. Scion still doing good there, top. If I see anybody's health totals start to get low on the left-hand side here, we'll just kind of jump over them real quick and see what's going on. I think Communist is coming around for the first gank of the game. So, in from behind, Scion doing the bait. Communist in there, doing quite a bit of damage. Scion goes down right from that red buff. You know, the way a Kayle works is you're gonna have this reckoning spell. It's gonna slow down the enemy. It's gonna give you the availability to do additional damage to the person that you're hitting, and then you stack that on top with Righteous Fury, which gives you this AoE ranged attack, where regularly Kayle is just gonna be a melee champion. So the way they've changed Kayle recently, you know, the last couple months, is this Righteous Fury ability. You almost can have it up all the time. Well, I believe he's going in again. He might be doing some more poke. Another gank potentially. Oh, and Scion goes in with a stun. Communist with the Reckoning. Oh, and that is just second gank of the game. No problems. Now, if we look here, there's a Lee Sin in the jungle on the opposing team. We still haven't seen him surface yet, so he may show up at the bottom here. They are overextended a little bit. I don't recall whether that happens or not in this game. So Kayle goes back, buys. He's got a Madrid's Razor. He's going to be able to clear this jungle quite quickly now, using that with the on-hit effect, being able to clear out blue, any of those creeps quite easily. So he's actually, it looks like he's coming in for another gank. And we do have right here a character with quite low health. Soraka, half health. And the Volibear is going to go in with the bait with the low HP. Kayle picks up another last hit, which is awesome. You know, it's nothing hurts having a Kayle that's got a couple kills under his belt, as well as good farm. I mean, Kayle's under 22 creep farm. Fiddlesticks is doing quite well in mid, highest creep score 31. And then our Scion's 29. You know, the way Scion works is the more creep farm he has, the more base HP he has, which is fantastic. It's just the way the character is built. Oh, it looks like Kayle, rather, is in the mid there, just causing a little bit of a ruckus. You know, speed this up here. It looks like he's going back for the jungle. He gets that blue buff, no problem. Oh, yeah, it looks like Graves picked up a kill there at bottom, killing the Teemo. Lots of burst. Oh, second kill. I didn't even see that one. I guess it just doesn't register with LOL replay. So Kayle is level 6 now. Quite strong. Doing well. So Kayle's ultimate is intervention. Simply what this ability is going to do is he's going to allow any person that she casts invincibility for 2 seconds. That means that they're immune to all damage for that period of time. And I believe that Lee Sin came in for a gank and he was counter-ganked, which was just something he was not prepared for. He was coming in to do some DPS on that Scion. The Scion stunned him. The Kayle here just wrecked him on the damage as well. So Kayle's just chilling up here. We have these guys pushing up a little bit at bottom, and LeBlanc is just... LeBlanc, how's the creep farm on that LeBlanc? It's 34 to 45. So our Fiddlesticks is absolutely keeping the LeBlanc at bay at this period of time. Now, LeBlanc really does turn into a powerhouse if she chooses to do a show. She can really just one-shot people if she goes in. Oh, it looks like they're doing another kill on this. Unfortunate. Oh my goodness. This poor Singed. And it looks like he gets away this time. And as you can see there, Communist pops that intervention, making sure he does not die to the opposing enemy creeps. He's going to be healing back at base panel. He may be doing a purchase as well. Madrid's Razor, Berserker's Graves, so now he's going to be able to attack faster and be able to chase down a little bit better as well. Graves picks up another kill at bottom on that Teemo. They're just doing an excellent job. This kill lane at bottom versus your typical support AD. And another gank at top on this Singe. This Singe always so low health. And he does a flip, but I don't know if it's going to be in favor for himself. Just keeping that pressure. You know, Singe usually is a character that does very well at low HP, especially with his natural HP regen. And if you build him properly, you can get a lot of HP regen based on the amount of MP that he has as well. The Kayle taking some turret damage. The Singe just keeps goading him on and on and on. Does he go for it? It's a question. Because Kayle does have his ultimate, his intervention up. If Kayle decides to go in, he will have to potentially have himself die. Looks like the Teemo picked up a kill on the Graves. You know, they have been over pushing the entire time, and it looks like the Lee Sin came in and helped them out with that gank at bottom. It was, to be honest with you, overdue with the amount of times that they've been pushed up on that lane at bottom. But you know, the team themselves are up 7 kills to 2 kills, which is very good. Communist and One Last Desire just picked up that kill on top turret. Everything just seems to be going quite peachy for these guys. So I'm just going to speed things up here. It looks like Communist may be doing actually a gank potentially on mid, this LeBlanc, with the Scion. Depending on what they want to do, and it looks like they do go in for a stun. They got a stun on that LeBlanc, and Communist does get the slow off. But that LeBlanc does have her passive proc. They do get a little mixed up with the characters that are being played there. We're going to slow this down a bit here. It looks like there may be a team battle that they have in mid. A little bit of poke going on. Looks like the Teemo has abandoned bottom lane. He's going to start doing defense in the mid. Oh, and here goes the team battle. Fiddlesticks. One last desire right there. He pops his ult, doing DPS. And they do get the Teemo in that little debacle there. This guy a little down here. It's a little Yordle. So while this is all going on, we have Kayle back in the jungle. He's doing his DPS. He's going to pick up that blue buff, keep his sustain on damage, as well as being able to do the heals, speed up himself. And it looks like we may have another team, or gank. Here comes the gank from Kayle, and he just gets that Q off and obliterates the Soraka. And the two guys there, they just drop really quickly. Legend in my league, he uses his flip ability. It's very similar to Singe's, where he's able to toss a character over the backside himself. And that just brought the LeBlanc right back over his shoulder, right when her passive proc, and they were easily able to tell which was the real and which was the fake. It was really unfortunate for that LeBlanc. Keep doing this push on this top, or in this mid turret rather. Kayle's going in with some heavy DPS, and he drops his intervention on himself while he's taking turret damage, and he's able to tank enough turret damage to get away. Unfortunately, they did not get that kill on that Singed. And they have Volley Bear, oh rather, that's Fear Gravy. Fear Gravy picks up a kill, but he's just not going to be able to do enough damage against 4 people. He just goes right down, drops quite quickly. He's just in the wrong spot at the wrong time. So the enemy team looks like they want to push up mid a little bit. They still haven't gotten that mid turret, which is very good for visual control on the map. If I pause this right here, you get visual from each turret that you have. As soon as that turret dies, you're going to have less vision to support your team as far as whether there's an enemy pushing up. The only thing you can really rely on is this creep wave pattern here, and whenever it's not in that lane at that time, that's where you're susceptible to your enemy invading into your area from the mid. So mid turret is very important because of that one single reason. So we on our team here, we have this pushed up. The turret has died, so they have less visual, which means we're more susceptible to get into their base. I would say the mid turret is probably the most key turret out of all the turrets that you're gonna find early game. Sion's going back here. Oh, he's getting ganked, or at least a little bit of poke from the Teemo, but I don't think he's going to pursue that any further. Potentially, oh, he may be doing something with this here. Kayle's picking up the blue buff, or actually, maybe I just missed that a little bit. Don't know really what's going on there. Oh, and Sion's getting ganked by these two guys here. The Singe is going to go in with a flip. Is Sion going to make it out of life here? Oh, and he's going to kill the Teemo. And the Kayle comes in and gets the Singed. And are they going to be able to pick up the kill on the Singe while his ultimate is on, or is he going to make it away? Oh, and the Singe makes it away! That CC reduction from his ultimate and the increased movement speed and the HP regen all stacked on top of each other. He's able to tank all 3 of the enemy champions on our team. That's just the way Singed is, you know. He goes in, he does his shenanigans, and he just gets out. You know, he wasn't doing too great at the beginning of the game, but you know, he's starting to show himself as somebody that you just don't want to deal with. So they're just doing a little bit of a push here at the top lane. You know, getting a hit in here, hit in there. And then a little bit of poke. And Communist is a little bit low, but he still does have his intervention. If he wants to put out a little bit of DPS, he can do that in a team battle right now, but otherwise, he's not, you know, at his prime. He wouldn't be able to stay in a battle too long. you know, speed this up. I don't think anything's really going to come out of this right now for the next second or two. Oh, there's the Teemo. They may be going for the Teemo. Let's slow this down. This looks like it's going to be a team battle. They're all going to be on Scion here for the focus. Communist does get hit by a mushroom for the slow, and as well as a visual for the enemy team. The Scion is still in pushing in mid. Singe has activated his ultimate, which means that the team battle is going to start. The Volibear is taking DPS. He's been hit down too much damage going on there. And Kayle picks up a easy. Oh, I don't think that was a kill. He may have just killed LeBlanc's. Oh, that was a perfect play by Communist. He just activated his intervention right before he died to the Lee Sin there. With the Lee Sin's kick, does additional damage based on the amount of missing HP from the enemy. So Communist having such low HP, as long as that Lee Sin had his Q leveled up, he would have killed Communist. So it was a perfect play on that intervention. Lots and lots of ganks from Kayle this game. It's been fantastic. And you know, they're doing quite well. It's a 20-minute game, 12 kills up on 6. They have 2 turrets on the enemy team, or 1 additional turret over the enemy team. As far as creep score goes right now, we have Scion with the 132, which is just perfect. You know, looks like he's going an AD build with the Spirit Visage for the additional HP regen on his ultimate. Fiddlestick's 89 creep score. He was playing the mid this game. Volibear. Looks like Volibear's got this support creep score, where he's been letting the Graves farm up for that additional DPS. And Kayle, of course, in the jungle, 403, doing a great job. It looks like he's picking up the blue right now, and he has the red as well. As well as the team is picking up a dragon for that additional gold. That's really going to help them with pushing and potentially winning this game. It looks like, you know, you can always tell when a team battle is going to start out, because a Singe will activate his ultimate. He's going to have that increased movement speed, and you can tell he's probably going to go in for a team battle. Oh, and the Kayle with the DPS. Oh, he just takes down that Teemo like it's nothing, and the Singe activates his ultimate, and he's just in there taking DPS from all the enemy champions. That Fiddlesticks almost got the Singed and for a kill there. And the Lee Sin's gonna go down from the Fiddlesticks' drain HP, and they get another turret kill, and that's 2 turrets up for Communist's teams, and potentially they may get a third. And it looks like he's chasing down that LeBlanc, but he's getting actually creep blocked by the Shadow. You know, I don't see that very often, but you know, that actually really benefited the LeBlanc, allowed that LeBlanc to get away alive. Singe goes in with the flip on Fear Gravy. Fear Gravy just does a little bit of a CC maneuver there. And they're just trying to do whatever they can to keep Communist's team off the inhibitor, but it's no-go. And Communist's team picks up that inhibitor kill. LeBlanc tries to take down that Graves, but Kayle knows what's going on and drops the intervention. Fiddlesticks comes in with an ult and takes out that Teemo, no problem. You know, they're just playing a solid game. Oh, Volibear may take too much DPS here. He does make the mistake of staying in while too many enemy champions were alive, trying to protect the base. We'll speed this up here. It looks like Kayle's building a little bit more for... It looks like he may be building a Warmogs. You know, you get the Giant's Belt, you get the Ruby Crystal. The other thing he could be building is he's just getting that Giant's Belt for additional HP, and then he's got the Ruby Crystal, so he can build himself a Trinity Force down the road here. He's just saving up his gold. I think the just having that extra HP is going to make him tanky, a little bit less desirable to focus in a team battle. He is still doing quite well. He's 506, still hasn't died. You know, he's just playing his cards right. He's been doing those interventions just perfectly through this game. Looks like they're doing Baron here, the 2 of them. You know, Fiddlesticks has this high sustain HP with his drain HP. He can pretty much solo Baron as long as he plays his cards right at the right, as long as he has enough ability power, defense. and cooldown reduction. And it looks like they picked up another kill there. The Singed wasn't able to shake off all of the enemy team, all of Communist's team, all on that Singed. Which means that for, you know, the next 25 seconds, the team, oh, look at that. So the enemy team has dropped in their surrender vote. Too much damage to handle. Communist's team victorious. It was a great game. Thanks again for watching, and this was Aerogonis commenting on Communist's Kayle jungle game.